I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, things like that. This here's from TMZ. It's called Brad Pitt Sources. Angelina has poisoned his kids against him. She's on a hate campaign. So, as we know, there's been allegations that came out not too long ago detailing what happened on a private jet flight between Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, and their kids. Now, a lot of people I see on social media are just kind of like, well, I don't know whose side to take. The one thing we do know is there's a lack of evidence. There were investigations on the jet, and I believe from Child Protection Services, and nobody so far found anything. So there is that to go by. Anyway, let's see what they say here. It seems like they're leaning towards Pitt's side in this article. It's from October 5th, 2022, so it's still kind of new. And it begins. Pitt's attorney, Ann Keeley, tells us Brad has owned everything he's responsible for from day one, unlike the other side, but he's not going to own anything he didn't do, which is a great point. One consistency I'm seeing from these accusers so far is they're not being honest about other bad things they did in the past. They're making themselves out to be just the good people, the victims. It's happening to me. This guy's bad. If they were more honest on things they did in the past, I'd be more likely to hear them out more so. Obviously, without evidence, it's hard to take them seriously, but if they were at least more honest about themselves, that would help. He's been on the receiving end of every type of personal attack and misrepresentation. Thankfully, the various public authorities the other side has tried to use against him over the past 6 years have made their own independent decisions. Brad will continue to respond in court as he has consistently done, with no period there. But okay, I guess TMZ are professional great writers anyway. Angelina Jolie is on a smear campaign against Brad Pitt, rehashing the same allegations she's made for years. Allegations that have fallen flat with authorities, this according to sources close to Brad, which it seems is true. Our sources say Angelina's repeated attempts to paint Brad as a child abuser has taken an extreme toll on the 6 kids who are now all but estranged from their dad. As one source put it, Brad now has a limited and restrained relationship because of her campaign of alienation. Which, to be honest, quite frankly, here where I am in Japan and in America, I know women who have taken kids from good friends of mine and friends of my wife. I don't see that happen on the other side. I just can't think of one case where the man gets custody and says to the woman, "You can't see the kids." I just can't. Maybe you can. I'm just being honest here. One of my good friends, for about as long as I lived, got married, and his wife got custody, and he's never seen his kids since. He's obviously had his life changed because of it. And my friend here in Japan, same thing happened. Got married. A year later, the wife got custody. He's never seen his daughter ever after that. So that's where I'm at. So I believe that. I believe because of personal experience and no examples on the opposite side of the man taking the kid that this happened. Maybe you have examples out there. It seems rare to me based on my personal experience. The sources point out Angelina has claimed since 2016 that Brad got physical with at least one of their kids on a private jet and even poured beer on her and wine. Brad has denied the allegations, but Angelina pressed authorities to prosecute him. And they go on to say, of course, that Child Services and the FBI both found no evidence. I guess there's no pictures, there's no audio, there's no stains in the shirts, there's no video, there's just word versus word, and I'm tired of that. And when it's word versus word, I have to be in the middle. I mean, technically, I could have my personal opinion on what I think happened, but as far as my narrative and what I say in public, then that's just got to be neutral. And then they say the parents got 50-50 custody and her allegations were rejected. She then filed what she thought was anonymous Freedom of Information lawsuit against the FBI, asking to make public her allegations regarding the private jet incident. And just yesterday, she filed legal docs in connection with a dispute over a winery they jointly own. As our sources say, the winery lawsuit has zero to do with her allegations of abuse, yet she recounted her claims in great detail. Sources say it's clear all Angelina wants is revenge against Brad. And by the way, her kids don't look so happy there. Like, none of them. So the girl in the yellow dress is smiling a little bit, but the other four just really bland, dull faces like they don't want to be there. It could be the event. Maybe they're embarrassed in public or something. It might not be because of who she is, what she's telling them, what she's doing. However, I can't rule out that something looks a little strange here. All right, I guess the boy on the right-hand side here is kind of smiling. But if you get my drift, the two girls there and the one kid in glasses just do not look so happy to be there at all. And it looks a little more than like bored. Looks kind of nervous to me. But all right, it's just one picture, one frame. My speculation, just saying. The sources say in some ways Angelina has won, because despite having 50-50 custody, they believe Angelina has poisoned the kids against Brad to the point he has little to no relationship with any of them, and the victims are the entire family. One more thing the sources point out, Brad has never publicly uttered a bad word about Angelina for the sake of their kids. They add, however, he's deeply wounded by what he believes is a vicious, unrelenting attack. So, I don't know. My instinct is to think these are just allegations again, they're not true. But I'll keep an open mind. I'm not going to have hashtags or say justice for Brad. None of that. Let's wait. Let's see what comes out. I don't want to speak too soon. The man can't always be right, but with no evidence, how can you say? Let me know what you think down below. Doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. And if you don't consider it and don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. Done here for now. See you next time.